Everyone, you might not know me. I'm Mr. Barron. I teach computer science and robotics at both Heron and Riverside High School. And I am here today because I'm really excited to talk to you about some opportunities that the other science teachers and I had cooking as we started to think about what this summer is going to look like. We all probably are going to have a lot of downtime, right? We might be able to go outside a little bit more, but by the same token, we won't necessarily be able to see our friends and learn and do a lot of the cool opportunities that we normally get in the same way that we might get to during most summers. To me, it seems like a really awesome opportunity to explore some things that we don't normally have a chance to do. So, my goal, and the goal of a lot of your science teachers for you this summer, is to give you some opportunities to maybe for you to learn how to think like a scientist in ways that you don't normally get. And here's where the genesis of this comes from. Most of the things that you learn about in science class, whether it's biology or chemistry or physics, are things that were discovered decades ago, if not centuries ago, right? If you're studying Newton in physics, you're talking about the 1600s. But the really amazing and fun part of science is that there's scientists out there right now who are solving new problems and figuring out new things. Let me just give you some examples of the kind of problems that scientists are looking at right now that they've been trying to solve in the last like 5 years across a variety of different boundaries. A couple of years ago, we discovered that there was a massive block or rod-shaped object floating way faster than it should have floated through our solar system. Some people thought it was a UFO. We didn't really have the tools to get an up close look at it. This is an artistic rendering of what it'll be look like. But scientists are asking the question right now: what is this thing, and how do I actually make sense of what its origins are in space? Right now, scientists are figuring out how to steal genetic pairs of scissors from bacteria and use them in our own body to do gene editing to help solve and cure diseases. Right now, scientists are actually asking the question of how effective is it to actually plant a bunch of trees to stop desertification and climate change. Right now, scientists are experimenting with new materials that you can spray on car windshields that are so repulsive to water that you don't need windshield wipers anymore. The water just slides right off of it. And right now, maybe in my own field, scientists are asking this question of how can I go from having a computer that runs based on electricity, which is a lot of electrons running at once, to a computer that relies solely on the electrons that exist within one atom, which could obviously make our computers even smaller and faster and more powerful than they are before. So given the fact that there's scientists all around the world asking these interesting questions, the way they tend to communicate this is by writing scientific journal articles. You may have seen journal articles in some of your science classes before, but this is really the way that scientists talk and think and explore the problems that they're working on right now. And the really cool thing about these journal articles is you can go find them on the internet and see what scientists are looking at and understanding right now. So this summer, the other science teachers and I are starting an ICS journal club. We'll explore novel and exciting topics in a bunch of scientific fields. We'll also investigate and learn how to break down these scientific articles that scientists publish and engineers publish their results in. And we'll take a look at what they're finding and what experiments they're running and what some of the new and cool discoveries they're making are. And this is a really cool opportunity for you to learn alongside other students and teachers. I'm hoping that everyone who participates gets the chance to pick their articles that they want to research that is of a topic that interests them and gets to investigate and ask questions of each other. And that way we'll have students and teachers working together, helping to share these ideas. It'll be a little bit less of a classroom format and more of a discussion going on between students. So if you're interested in joining, we'll have our first meeting on Monday, June 2nd at 2 p.m. That's the Monday after school ends. We'll outline the format for the club, so talk a little bit about what it's going to look like this summer. We'll learn about how to read a journal article and maybe the pieces of it that exists and how we can start to make sure that we're understanding and able to explain what discoveries scientists are making. And we'll pick out our first article, our first chunk of research that we want to take a look at and see what scientists are getting excited about in their fields right now.